So true. Truthful moment right now. You don't awaken others by tearing down their beliefs. You awaken them by standing in your truth until they feel safe enough to question theirs. That part, you know. And I just meditated on that for a minute because it's just like, it speaks so much value. You know, you don't awaken others by tearing them down. That's just going to make them stay down. That's going to make them, go back to sleep. It's like waking up and you tell somebody your dream and they're like, oh, that actually happened? I guess, whatever. And then you're like, I'm going to lay down and go back to sleep then. You don't want to hear my dream. You don't believe it, so I might as well, keep it to myself. Therefore, I'm not going to come to you, or I'm not going to come out about my dream no more because you don't care to listen. You don't care to, be engaged with what I'm talking about because you don't even believe that I had the dream that I'm telling you I had the dream. I'm telling you I had this dream, and I'm telling you everything that happened in this dream, but you don't believe anything that I'm saying. So the best thing I can do now is keep it to myself because it's the truth. It's my truth. You can't see it. I can't show you my dream because only I had my dream. And that's the thing. It's some stuff you can't prove. Some stuff you can be like, oh yeah, I had this dream and I'm telling you everything about this dream. But you can't see the dream because it's my dream. It came from me. I can't prove it to you. The only proof I have is my word. The only proof I have is my word. And when it becomes only about your word, that's where you can, you kind of bring people out. You kind of just, that's where people's character begin to show and reveal to you. This is my word. If you can't go with my word because, I don't have proof. I have the truth. So then that's when, all you can go by is your word. And that's what it comes down to. What wakes people up is standing in your truth. So I'm standing on the fact that I had this dream. I had this dream. This dream came from me, and the only proof I have is my word, and that is my truth. So I'm standing on that. And anytime you ask me about this, ask me what's my truth, I'm going to give you my truth. I'm going to tell you this dream that I had in the exact way that I had it. And if it's not in the same way, it's still the same dream because over time your dream or this dream that you had begins to kind of become buried underneath so many other dreams. So it's just like people will use that to be like, oh well, you don't remember your dream, why should I believe you? I can tell you bits and pieces of that dream, but I can't give you the full description because I have other dreams on top of that dream. So it's just like, if you don't want to believe me, don't believe me. It is what it is, But I'm standing on my truth. And the fact that you stand on your truth, it'll awaken other people. And people will wake up like, oh my gosh, like, okay. So the fact that you had this dream, it's like, and it won't, you keep saying, you had this dream and it's not changing, then they start to wake up to the fact that, oh, maybe I can kind of, write down my dreams and tell people my dreams and kind of just, take pride in my dreams and actually acknowledge them for more than just a dream. Maybe I can, start looking into my dreams as this person would. So you're being inspired by the fact that I'm standing on my truth about my dream and it's not changing. All these people are coming and trying to bash me and break me down and make me feel like I'm lying but I'm telling the truth, and the fact that I'm telling the truth is going to encourage more people to tell the truth. It's going to awaken more people and inspire more people to stand on their truth, What better truth do you have than what's inside of you that can't be proved unless it comes from your word? That is truth right there. That's true. You know, your dream is true. The fact that you can't prove it and all you have is your word, that's true. That's standing on your truth. You know? And if they don't believe it, they don't believe in you. And that's okay. Because as long as you believe in you, you don't need nobody else to believe in you as much as you believe in you. You know where this truth came from. You know where it came from. It came from you. They don't want to believe your dream, it is what it is. But for those who do believe, and if you actually go somewhere with your dream, then maybe you can do more with your dream. But you can't let other people hold you down or keep you asleep because they don't believe. You know, just because they don't believe, you feel like you got to lay down your head and go back to bed and just, you know, dwell in your rest and keep dreaming for yourself because other people don't believe in you, so you rather be, you know, keep it privately to yourself, and you rather just go to bed and just, you don't want to come out with it anymore because of the fact that they don't believe in your dreams. Don't let them determine what you do with your dreams or do with your truth. You know, don't let them determine the way you feel or what you're going to do in that next moment or what that next step is going to be. Don't let them determine that. You know? Stay true to you, stand in your truth, and awaken other people that feel the same way you do. You know, awaken other people. You can't awaken other people if you don't awake. You know, if you lay back down, other people is going to lay back down. So what you need to do is get up, take pride in your truth, walk in your truth, you know, walk in the vision that you've seen, and just walk. And be awake. And let that dream wake you up. Let that dream manifest through you to where now that dream is your walking truth. Now that dream is just as awake as you are. You know? So, yeah, that is a powerful post. The last part of that post is honoring someone's path without needing it to reflect yours. So yeah, that was the post of the day. You know, the word of the day is just like the certain stuff. That's the thing about me. I love just, you know, posts, and I love quotes because you dig into that quote and it's just like so much comes out of it. What is a quote? A quote is nothing but the truth. Somebody wrote down the truth, and it's impacting other people's lives because of how long it's going on. You know, somebody's quote didn't last so many lifetimes to where now I'm looking at somebody's quote and I'm like, wow, you know, I can actually understand that. You know, it takes little things like these to wake us up in the way that we need to wake up. You know, it takes little things like these to really tap into yourself, you know, tap into who you are, to actually feel the moment and resonate with that someone else's truth that can kind of wake you up and guide you in the same way that this post is explaining. You know, someone else's truth, somebody stood on their truth, and the fact that they stood on their truth, now I get to see this quote that's been made, and now this quote is kind of just like impacting me in the future because someone didn't give up on their truth. And now I get to read and reflect on their truth for them truth, and now their truth is waking me up because they didn't give up. So yes, that's just a word, and I will talk to y'all next time. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. I wish I felt like that more. I mean, as much as I speak it, I wish I felt like that. Just felt like a regular day to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, be notified, share at your own free will to show you care. Bye.